Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns on the quick on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's good? What's good? What is happening? Happy Thursday to you. Sitting here watching the Amazon Prime Thursday Night Football. It's been a pretty good game. LA's on the drive, 20-14. San Francisco's up top. Hey, listen, Mac Jones has been playing. Mac Jones has been playing. But I think he got dinged up, so we'll see what happens. But in any case, it's been a good game. What's going on with y'all? Lots of hubbub in the news today, as usual. Everybody talking about Shedeur. Everybody talking about A.J. Brown still. And then A.J. Brown said something to Seth Joyner, and I was like, man, why you got to go and come at us old heads? And when I talk about Seth, I talk about us. Seth was my captain when I played with the Eagles. He was our defensive captain. So that's my era of football. Seth was one of my teammates. But it's always interesting, man. Always interesting. When this is the second time a active Eagles player came after one of the OGs, one of the Eagles alumni. And in both times it was Seth. First time it was Slay. Remember a couple years ago, everybody was talking about how bad the defense was at tackling. And Slay caught some flack for that. And he went back at Seth, and it's like, hold on, Seth is one of the best defenders that this organization ever had, and you got a problem with it? And then, AJ said what he said, more annoyed than anything else. But here's the reality of the situation, whether you like or agree with what Seth said or not, it's based in fact. When I watch film, when Seth watched film, when we watch the games, this is something that never goes away. We watch the game with a critical eye. We watch the games on Sunday, like I'm watching this game right now. Right now, I'm watching Prime Vision. So it'll tell you who's blitzing, what defense they in. It shows you the guys, but it's like watching a live game of Madden. But I like those analytics, and I like the extra stuff that it shows, because we are always looking with an analytical eye. So we are always doing that. And that's just the way that it goes. We watch games just like we sitting in the film room. So our analysis is game observation. It's not personal. Anybody that's played football will tell you in film session, you can have one of the best games of your career, but a coach will find the one mistake that you made in the game, and that will be the play they will run back 10 times in a meeting. Happens every time. And they do that on purpose. Because number one, it kind of humbles you and brings you back down to earth. And number two, it lets you and everybody else know that everybody makes mistakes. That's just the way it goes. It's not personal. But in this day of social media, the social media athletes of today, sometimes they soft. And sometimes they get thin skinned when you're talking about them. Don't take it personal. This is business. Especially when it's coming from an OG, especially when it's coming from a former player. Go back and look at what Seth said the first time and the other day. in regards to AJ Brown. I heard his comments today on WIP, and at the end of the day, he ain't telling no lies. And it's not like we don't love AJ Brown. That has nothing to do with it. You can love one of your players and still be critical of their game. Two things can be true at the same time. Nothing you can do about that. So it's almost like, people get a complex. Like you act like can't nobody say nothing about you. And at the end of the day, if it's grounded in truth, it is what it is. The one thing on this earth that you cannot argue with is the truth, because it's going to always come back as the truth. And when you talking about stuff that you see on film, the big eye in the sky don't lie. That's the phrase. We said it when I was in high school in the 80s. The big eye in the sky don't lie. When you see it on film, you know exactly what you're looking at. So it's not like we making it up. Everybody just feel a certain kind of way when the eye is on them and you can see they warts. But again, it's nothing personal. I was the first one to say last year when AJ Brown made his comments after the Carolina game, the whole statement of the passing game, and everybody jumped down his throat. And I was one of the first ones to say, you can't do that because he's right. He's 100% right. The passing game is what needs work. This time, AJ Brown didn't say nothing to nobody. He just put out the tweet. But isn't it funny? He didn't say anything. He didn't mention no names. He didn't mention no coaches. Yet everybody knew what he was talking about. What does that tell you? Everybody knew he was talking about the passing game. That's what everybody else was talking about. But everybody, now I'm flipping it back to the media. Everybody wants to get bent out of shape when the player does say something. Now, if you keep going through a situation and wasn't nobody saying nothing, what would everybody be bitching about? Somebody on that team's got to step up to be a leader. They got to say something to the team. They got to address the situation, the elephant in the room, all of that type of stuff. But when somebody else does it, or when somebody does do it, now we don't like what he said. We don't like how he did it. It's always something. It's always something we don't like. You can't win. So I understand if people don't like how he comes across. I understand if players don't like what former players have to say. And I think Seth made a good point today, because he's not being paid by nobody. He's running his own company. He's got his own show. He's doing his own thing. So it's nobody over his head trying to create a narrative. It is what it is. We go by what we see on tape. You don't have to agree with it. My opinion is not for your agreement. Y'all hear me say that all the time. Your agreement with my opinion is not required. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. My opinion is not trying to change your mind. I'm just stating what I saw. We watching the same tape. We watching the same game. We watching the same play. You might get something different out of it than me. My eye is a little bit different because I played, so I'm looking at different things. If Saquon doesn't bust one for 60 yards, I'm not saying Saquon sucks. I'm looking at the situation. Did the guard get his block? Did he pull? Was Saquon's timing right? I told you the other day, Saquon could have had two big runs against Tampa Bay. But he cut it up. He went upfield when he should have stayed to the outside, and he may have had something. That don't mean I don't like Saquon. I'm just giving the observation that I saw on the tape. So it happens on both sides. It happens on both sides. In this particular situation, in my opinion, I think AJ coming, making comments about Seth is like, bro, we looking at game tape, bro. You cannot deny that. And regardless of what was said, it's not like we are not the biggest fans of AJ Brown. It is without question. It is not up for debate that AJ Brown is one of the baddest wide receivers in this league. And when we have him on our team, and when he is playing for us and making them plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, we are a better team. Full stop. There's no but. If we see it on tape and we see some things, y'all heard me when I did my film study the other day. It ain't all on AJ Brown. Jalen Hurts missed some open throws. Then it goes back to another situation. Like I said in my last video, I believe Jalen Hurts was concussed. He wasn't the same after he went for that slide and took that hit. That should have been a flag. But, don't take it personal. Especially not from us. So we'll see what's going to happen. Denver is not an easy game. Denver is one of the best defenses in the league right now. So we got to be on our P's and Q's, and our offense has got to be on point. This is going to arguably be the biggest test that we've had, because this is going to be the best defense we go up against. So we got to – there's no more time for – we got to get it together. We got to get him the ball. We got to. It's more than just trying to force the ball to AJ Brown. Let me be honest with you. Based on what I saw on that tape, some of them throws to AJ Brown shouldn't have been made. You trying to force the ball to AJ Brown for a 4 or 5 yard gain. Jahan Dotson is running down the field scot free, and we missed him. He threw some bad balls. Jalen threw some bad balls. So it's not on AJ. And guess what? Rather than, now this is where I understand and I align with AJ. Rather than say something you don't mean, you don't say nothing at all. And I agree with people that think that that tweet could have been for any reason in any situation. You already know that AJ Brown is very insightful. He's bringing quotes from everything. It's all inclusive with him. And you got to take it as such. Hey, Jamal, I agree with you, bro. Facts is facts. Yes, we are 100% in the red zone. All the facts that we talk about with the Eagles, every stats and all that stuff you bring up, yet and still, everybody can sit here and say our offense is not dominant. Our offensive line is not blocking as well as they did last year. We're not running the ball as well as we did last year. We're not throwing the ball as well as we did last year, although we are kind of on par with what we did, but we're a little bit below that. So we are not clicking. We are not clicking at all on offense. Defense is holding up the bag. They saving our bacon. Defense and special teams have been saving us for 4 weeks straight. Offenses had a good half, and then okay and okay. First 2 games, okay. The second game, and then the third game, that was a good second half. And then the fourth game, that was good first half. But we still haven't put it together. We are still not 3 for 3. We still not 3 for 3. We still haven't had a dominant game where we have had offense, defense, special teams. We've had defense, special teams. We have had offense for a half, special teams and defense. We haven't had all 3 consistently for a game. Having said all of that, in spite of how bad the offenses look, in spite of the issues on the offensive line, in spite of not being able to get 11 the ball, we still 4-0. So what happens when we finally get on track? What's going to happen then? Is it going to taking an L to do that? I hope not. I still want to go undefeated. Hell yeah. So you got to take the good with the bad. For people that say that they sick of all of the antics that AJ Brown brings and they sick of complaining, you know, go ahead and kick rocks then. Because at the end of the day, that comes with the package. It comes with the package. It's like getting that toy you wanted for Christmas, and then on the back of it says requires 4C batteries. You know you ain't got no damn C batteries in the house. All you got is double A's and 9 volts. So what do you got to do? You got to wait until moms or dads goes to the store to get them C batteries. You know what you get with AJ Brown. We should know by now. This is part of the package. He's not hiding it. He let you know last year after the Super Bowl. Now everybody's complaining with it. You don't complain when they do get him the ball, when he does make plays. But if you frustrated with the offense, he's in the offense, and you telling him he can't be frustrated? It goes on both sides. Goes on both sides. So sometimes we expect a little bit too much, or the expectation that our players should not have any reaction when things are not going great is ludicrous. It makes no sense. As emotional as this game is, that makes no sense, and it is impossible to do that. So the flip side of that is you can't get mad just because players don't handle things the way you would. Don't matter. So as for Shedeur, did not think that Shedeur was going to be elevated to number 2. If they elevated Shedeur to number 2, that would be stupid. Because you still got to have you want somebody that can, what you're getting with Joey Flacco. Let me say it like that. There's no way that he was going to go from the starter to the third string unless he was injured. That's just the way that it goes. There was no chance that Shedeur Sanders was just going to automatically be elevated to number 2. That wouldn't have made sense at all. Because if something happens to number 1, you're going right back into a situation where you got somebody who hasn't had many snaps in the NFL. And guess what? Now you can game plan Dillon Gabriel. So now we're going to see if he's good to go or not. Do I think Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel? Absolutely. But the way the chips laid out, the way the cards were dealt on the table, Dillon Gabriel is a draft pick. Shedeur Sanders is not. So everybody wants Shedeur to skip the process and just move up to number 2. And I'm like, that ain't going to happen. Especially when they done invested the money in Dillon Gabriel. They just not going to usurp him and just jump over him. It's not going to happen. So guess what? There's only one way that Shedeur is going to play for the Browns. Number 1, Dillon Gabriel has got to suck royally. I'm not sure that's going to happen. And number 2, he's got to get hurt. You don't want that to happen. I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't care if you're a fan of Dillon Gabriel or not, or if you're a fan of Shedeur. I don't want to see anybody hurt. But that's the only way that Shedeur is going to play for the Browns. Either Dillon Gabriel has a horrible game. It's possible. It's possible. Or he gets dinged up. And if he gets dinged up, you know what they're going to do? Joe Flacco is going to start next week. And maybe Shedeur will be the number 2. So we'll see. You already know what I'm going to say. It's going to play itself out one way or the other. Now, the the thumbnail was based on the whole thing with the interview, with him pantomiming the interview. That's why I put silenced. That's where that came from. Uh, I don't know why. Okay, I know why he did that. He was trying to be funny, and it irritated some people. And now you know why he didn't get drafted. Man, shut up. That ain't got nothing to do with his draft status. Um, because here's the thing I was curious about. When he's giving that interview, did you notice that there was nobody else there? Whoever he was talking to, I would assume it was like a female journalist. Whoever else he was talking to, um, I didn't see. I thought it was just him and a one-on-one. So I don't know if it was early, late. I don't remember hearing anybody else in the background. I don't know. A situation like that, to me, would have been much worse if he was in a regular interview situation where he got 6 and 7 people in front of his face with a mic. So to me, it looked like he was one-on-one with somebody and he was just having fun with it. So as a direct kind of like get back on what Rex Ryan said. And do we even need to get into that nonsense? So I'm gonna drop the links in a minute. I hit that button on my mouse again. Sorry about that. This is what is LJ becoming what Jason Peters was in 2017? Not yet, but I understand. Not yet, but I understand. So it might be a situation where we're gonna have Fred starting, get to it. Yeah, Alex, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. So we'll see. My positives about this team. I do understand the importance of having all three phases. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You need it. You need it. You definitely need it. So we'll see what they're gonna do. I'll tell you what, it's a lot of pressure on Kevin Patullo. It's a lot of pressure on Kevin Patullo because the biggest, I guess, criticism of Kevin Patullo has been you need more variety in what you are running. The same routes that AJ Brown had on against Tampa Bay were the same exact routes he ran against the Rams. The only difference is the DBs with the Bucks were a little bit better. They were a little bit better. So, all right, I'm gonna drop the link now. I'm gonna drop the link now. You guys are welcome to come on. What I'm gonna do now, what I'm gonna do this time though, I'm gonna try to keep a time limit. So if we going and we hitting like the 4 or 5 minute mark, you might get the high sign. So we can damn. So we can keep the conversation going. But we'll see how it goes. So give me a sec. All right, so here's the deal. When I drop the link, if you want to come on, I can have up to 4 people on. Depending on how many people want to get on, I can go a little bit higher than that. Try to keep the expletives to a minimum. If you don't mind, please no toxic. I like to leave the toxic on the bench. But hey, say what you got to say. Talk your talk. I'll give you an opportunity. If you don't want to be on camera, turn your camera off. We can still hear you. So it's all good. So if you don't see the link in the chat, let me know. I'll drop it again. but usually you can go back and find it. But um, it'll be very interesting because even when everybody, not being happy with Kevin Patullo and stuff like that, the one thing I've been saying this all week is you have to realize that AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni are all in those meetings together. They're talking about what they want to do. It's not just do this. It's not Kevin Patullo just saying, AJ, go do this. When you're developing a game plan and you're watching film together, all the receivers and the offensive, they are actively looking at what you can do, what you did last time you played them. They're looking at personnel. Maybe you got somebody new that plays for Denver that wasn't on the team last year, or maybe there's somebody that you did play when they were with another team, so you got experience with that particular player who's now playing for Denver. Those are the things that they look for, plus the analytics and all the percentages and what percentage are they in this defense in 3rd and 5 or more in the third quarter. Stuff like that. They break it down to the nth degree. So they always keep it moving. So, Chris, what's going on, dude?
What it do, Coach?
Nothing much, man.
Oh, man. Appreciate you always giving me a chance to come on, man. Appreciate it always.
Yes, sir.
I actually, a quick thing. I heard, I rewinded yesterday, so I heard when you said you had heard me on WIP the other day. So
yeah, man, funny. I heard you. I was like, that dude sound familiar.
Yeah, that was me, man. I just had to, I don't really be on there like that, but I just had to call him right quick. But just to get to it, because I know how you wanted to kind of do the breakdown. I'm with AJ all day. As far as what he said, some of his thoughts, I think the first thing I think that people got to understand, even within the football realm, and I don't think people have talked about this aspect enough, is that whereas AJ, obviously he's a part of a team, but he plays arguably the most dependent position in any sport that exists, which is wide receiver. Like, in order for him to succeed, there's so many other factors that have to go right. Like, whereas, for example, Saquon is struggling. We know the run game ain't going well. But Saquon still is getting touches, regardless of how bad it looks.
Yep.
And you've been clear about that. He's still guaranteed 16, 17 touches a game. It's just a matter of making those better. AJ and Smitty and Dallas Goedert as well, because it's all of them. Those guys are not guaranteed touches because, one, the style we play is not necessarily that, you look across the league, you see the game tonight, you see the way teams are throwing the ball around. That's not how we play, which is fine. However, you got to think about even that first play against Kansas City that you saw that you had on your all-22. Think about, and I would liken this to anybody. Imagine coming to your job, doing it as perfect as you can, and you don't directly control whether or not you're successful or not because somebody else has to do their job right. You know how frustrating that would be? Like, that's the thing about the receiver position that I think is falling kind of under the radar, is that they're the most dependent people on the field. Quarterbacks, O linemen, D linemen, they're always going to be involved in the play no matter what. Wide receiver, you could run the best route in the world, and if Calcaterra misses a block, you miss an 80-yard bomb.
Correct.
And that's incredibly frustrating. So that's one. Two, the other part is I don't think nothing that AJ did was that bad. Because when you look at what Jamar Chase did on Monday, and when you look at what Travis Kelce did in the Super Bowl, I'm like, I think that's where if he did say what he said to Seth, if the frustration was that, I can understand, because I heard kind of Seth be like, he got to keep his mouth shut. And I'm like, y'all don't know what bad looked like for real. Like, all he did was put out a tweet. If he would have went and got his Sirianni face or Patullo or Jalen, like a Jamar Chase did or Travis Kelce did,
all hell would have broke loose.
All hell would have really broke loose. So I think there's an element of, like, we only looking at it from the Eagle perspective. Like, there's receivers going ham on coaches on the sideline. AJ ain't done none of that ever since he's been here.
And so, again, that tweet didn't say nothing about nobody.
Didn't say nothing.
Everybody knew what he was talking about.
Right. And they took it and they did what they did. But AJ just put out a tweet. The interpretation is up to whoever, the media, whoever read it. They took it and did what they did because they kind of knew what he was talking about. But again, though, that's nowhere near as bad as what you've seen other receivers, tight ends, pass catchers do. And then the other point is, too, and I'm keeping AJ, since he's got here, and I need Eagle fans to hear this clearly, for whatever you think, let's not forget what this wide receiver core looked like before he got here. Like,
I know. People forget that big time.
it wasn't pretty at all. And ever since he's gotten here, and the thing that makes him so unique, he's a top 5 receiver coach, but he plays in a run-heavy offense. If you look at all these other receivers in the league, you look at Jamar. Jamar was a Triple Crown winner last year, and he's still getting mad. AJ been playing behind the 2,000-yard rusher. He did it in Tennessee with Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So this dude, him and Smitty, they've already sacrificed a whole lot to just be a part of what we do, because we don't throw the ball 40 times a game. We're not a play action team. We're not spread out like the Cowboys and the Rams. We don't play like that. So I think people need to kind of temper their selfish and what they define as selfish when it comes to him, because this dude has been as good of a team player as you could possibly be, given his stature and his position. He could have a much greater hothead, if you want to call it that, than what he's been, because he's not playing in
he
that
could
kind
definitely
of
do that, but that's not his personality.
That's not
his character.
that's not, and that's where I'm saying, because it's not his personality, people got to chill out on the selfish comments, because there's guys that are doing way worse and giving way worse reactions than what he
but
did.
people don't want to.
And that's the thing, people don't look at it like that. But
they don't look at it like that. That particular day that they use on the radio. I actually recorded that too. When I knew that was you.
Oh, did you? What'd you think?
I hit my screen cap. I had to send it to you.
Okay.
But like that particular day, like Joe Giglio was getting on my nerves, because the only thing he kept saying was, "I'm just annoyed at it. I'm sick of it." I'm like, you don't have the right to tell how somebody else should react.
Absolutely.
You don't. Even what Seth said, I don't necessarily disagree with it, but you got to be careful with that, because what you try to do is you try to throw your own personality on somebody else, and it don't work that way.
Absolutely.
It don't work. You can't tell somebody, how to do it, and if they don't do it like you, then it's wrong. You can't do that, especially with somebody like AJ Brown.
Exactly.
It comes with the package. You get what you get.
Absolutely.
You get what what am I thinking of? Like what he's saying, Aladdin, all cosmic powers, itty bitty living space.
Exactly.
So you got it come with the territory. So I'll take the 5 games with 125 yards, that record. Yeah. If it comes with an attitude every now and then, I'll take that all day.
But and here's the thing, though, his attitude is right, because he's not just talking about himself. The entire offense has been terrible. He ain't just talking about him. We are 31st in offense with that type of talent. I'm not blaming anybody specifically, but I'm just saying we're 31st with that type of talent. And the thing that, like you said, where the guys, and I think they're unfair, is like, just because a guy makes a certain amount of money don't mean he's not human. He got feelings and thoughts and emotions just like everybody else do.
Yeah, but they don't want to. Most people don't want to.
They don't. What I'm saying? They don't want to do that. They kind of, I'm sick of it. I'm like, sick of what? 2 Super Bowl appearances in 3 years ever since this dude got here? What you mean? That's what I have a different appreciation, because I remember, and I think sometimes success kind of make you forget. I know what this receiving corps specifically looked like before him and Smitty got here, and I'm not gonna lie to you. As long as they ain't putting hands on nobody and breaking laws, I'm gonna take whatever come with them, because these dudes have been a part of what we got now, which is the most successful team outside of Kansas City in the last 3-4 years. So,
I'll give you a perfect example. Here's the best example of an elite level wide receiver that did everything the right way, but he got no rings.
Larry
Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden.
Yep, real good.
Real quiet, real good, never made any waves, that type of, but you got the same result. They still don't have any rings.
None.
Randy Moss was just the opposite. Randy Moss complained and did all the crazy stuff, and I don't think there's ever been a receiver better than Randy. Randy Moss is the NFL's version of LeBron James. Yeah. There's never been a physical wide receiver better than him, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And he never got a ring. The closest thing he got was he got close his rookie year, because that was when Randall Cunningham was with the Vikings, and the stupid kicker missed the kick. And then the only time I ever rooted for the Patriots,
the 18
and Tom Brady, and they had an opportunity to go undefeated, and I was like, I want to see history.
Absolutely.
I want to see history. Anquan Bolden did win. Yes, you are absolutely right. My mistake
2012.
on Anquan.
But he wasn't Anquan when he won in Baltimore.
Right. You're right, but still.
Yeah, but he won. He got one. He got his. But Larry didn't win one at all.
Yeah.
Or Randy.
And it's like I said, you got to take the good with the bad. There's always somebody gonna be mad at something.
Exactly.
And you ain't gonna please everybody. But
yeah.
I just get tired of a lot of people in the media.
Yeah.
They want to say what they want to say with impunity.
Yeah.
And they don't want to look at the other side of it.
Absolutely.
And it's just like you can't do that. Because I'm willing to take if this is the only type of bullshit we gonna get from AJ Brown, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Look, and I was saying you was preaching yesterday, because you was 100%. I agree with everything you said. I loved everything you said, because like you say, if this is as bad as it's gonna get, but the end return is gonna be what so far is 2 Super Bowl appearances in 3 years, and him being an All-Pro and having these 1,000-yard seasons, and he's a crucial part of the run game too. Because the blocking that him and Smitty do, it wasn't just the O-line that helped Saquon get to 2K last year. The receivers played a part in that too. So
you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's one of the issues I have with Patullo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Devontae Smith out there blocking on some damn screen pass, because I've been noticing this year. It happened, I think, once last year, but it's happened like 2 or 3 times this year, where Smitty will catch the ball and then they like lift him up and just like throw him down like a rag doll.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, they're gonna end up hurting this dude, throwing him down or something like that. So why do I want him blocking? Get somebody else in there. Let Jahan do it. Get Mechie in there to do it. Do something else.
Well, I think that's a Sirianni thing, because they were doing that even with Brian Johnson, and even before that, where they had Smitty on these bubble screens, receiver screens, acting as the lead blocker. So they've been doing that even before.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to set something up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Without pump faking it, he'll go on the go route and run by everybody. That could be something that they're trying to set up for the future.
Yeah,
but that stuff just worried me, and I really shouldn't, because I know. I mean, he went to Alabama, dog. So
yeah.
He was playing in the SEC at his size, so he understands. He knows what it is.
Yeah.
But the way these dudes be throwing him around like a rag doll, I'm like, they're gonna mess around and hurt him.
Yeah, I hope they can get that figured out. But Coach, I thought it was dope. You heard me on WIP. I didn't think you would. But I just, like I said, I just had to get that, because I had been a little bit just irritated with some of the critiques. And people gonna say what they want, but like I said, for what AJ's been ever since he's got to this team, I'm taking pretty much whatever come with him. If they think it's bad or good, whatever. But he's been the most productive. Like I said, he's the best receiver in franchise history, in my opinion, already. And ever since.
But now go ahead finish.
Yeah, and ever since he got here, we've been winning. So,
what's your over and under? What's your over and under on 250 yards against Denver?
Total or passing?
Yeah, passing.
Oh, way under.
Under
250 passing yards this week?
Yep.
We way under, Coach. Way under.
Okay.
This is based on what, and you said this, and I agree with it. Until this team showed me otherwise, I don't got no reason to believe in anything they're gonna do offensively. I really don't. And this ain't the defense to be. How do I say this? Like, this isn't the defense this week we're gonna play against for you to be having offensive trouble.
Oh, he fumbled the ball. Kieran Williams fumbled the ball on the goal line.
Oh, he always do that. He stay fumbling, man. Was it 2020 still?
Yeah, it's San Francisco's up.
Oh, brother.
He fumbled. Oh, man. Hey, that's the quickest way to get promoted to fan.
He did that against us.
He punched that too. Collins punched that ball out. Wow. Fumbled the ball inside the 1 yard line. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Oh, well. Guess he'll be running around with the ball. Oh, he is sick.
If they lose that game, that's a bad loss. That's a bad loss, man.
Bro, it's 1:05 left in the game.
Oh, that's over. I didn't have
they were going to take the lead. It's 23-20.
Oh, that's game then. Do they have any timeouts left? Do they have any timeouts left?
LA's got 3 timeouts.
Well, they can get it back. They can get it back. And the way kickers is kicking these days.
Well, if
Even Fangio talked about that the other day. That
San
was funny.
Francisco gets a first down,
It's over with.
that's a wrap.
Yeah. But if they can hold them and get the ball back, even Fangio was talking about the way kickers.
Yeah, that was a 1 yard gain, so that means they coming out from their 3 yard line.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is absolutely
Rams
crazy.
they got to get a first down. San Francisco, they got to throw the ball. Mac Jones been looking pretty good.
He sure has.
Now you're gonna start hearing the Mac Jones over Brock Purdy.
Uh,
I like Brock Purdy, man. I love guys that ball out from small schools.
Yeah. He for sure done.
Oh my God, they didn't get a yard. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they gonna punt that ball back to him, coach. They gonna punt it back to him.
That's a shame. They might give it back to him. Stafford might have another opportunity.
They
You got to
will.
throw the ball. You got to throw the ball to get up out of there.
Yeah.
You got to throw the ball. But in any case,
Yeah, we under 250, coach. I was saying before, until this offense show me that they can do anything.
Yeah,
I'm not buying any. The defense, I'm pretty confident about, but offensively, I'm not buying, especially not in the passing game. Absolutely not.
Here's where the indictment of Patullo comes into play. Because I'm watching all of these 1-3 teams.
Yep.
And they're getting the ball to their number 1 receiver.
Thank you, coach.
And my thing is if they can do it, because I say the same thing about the running game. How is it that they didn't get a yard? They didn't get a yard in that series.
Oh, they punting in.
Yeah, they used their final timeout. So now LA don't have any timeouts. So now they punt out of the end zone.
Oh yeah, they getting that. They going to overtime, coach.
No. I mean,
if the Rams get the ball back, they going to overtime.
We'll see.
How much time they got left? They got
53
about 50
seconds.
Oh yeah. Because nowadays, especially from where they punting from, they probably gonna start with decent field position.
Yeah.
1-2 first downs, get out of bounds. You in field goal range nowadays. They kick it from damn near midfield. And they playing down the street from me. They playing in a dome, so you ain't got to worry about no weather.
Unless, I wonder if he would try to take a safety right now, just to burn the clock.
Nah, you can't do that. It's not enough time for that. It's too much time for that.
Sure, he can. That's only 2 points, and you still kick the ball again.
Yeah, but then a field goal beat you.
Right.
How much time is left?
He already in field goal range.
Yeah, no, you can't. Because even
they got a holding call, so they're gonna move the ball back. Because it's gonna be a 10-yard penalty from the farthest spot of the foul, so they're gonna move that all the way back
to the goal line. There, I'm assuming.
Was that on a kicking team? They moved it back. Yeah, I think the Rams gonna get in the field goal range.
Oh yeah,
and tie this game. I think you're right. Maybe we'll have another tie.
That'd be good for us. More NFC ties, the better. To be honest with you, nobody wins, so I'm good. But you were saying something though, Coach, that I was mad because you've been preaching, and I love what you said is that you watching these teams that have lesser records, but they're able to get the ball to number one guys. I saw Sunday night the Cowboys were short of CD Lamb, and George Pickens had 8 for 134, and I'm like, we got 2 of them dudes that's better than him, and we can't get nobody to even have 5 catches for 70. Like that's what I don't be getting.
I don't either, and I think that
they had midfield. Ooh.
Now I think what the Rams are about to do is they're going to go down the field all 4 times. They're gonna throw one short pass, and then they're gonna go for the end zone. They're gonna hope for a pass interference.
Ooh,
that should have been a pick.
Should have been.
He had position and he didn't look for the ball in time. See, they're going deep again.
And they got such great field position. You only need about 15, 20.
All they need is one complete pass.
Yeah, one complete pass. And get out
all
of
they
bounds.
need is a mid-range shot. But as far as AJ, I think AJ should have at least 5 targets a game.
Absolutely.
Less than 5 targets a game.
Absolutely. Good targets. Because I thought last week's targets were just here damn targets. Like I think Acho said.
Yeah, we don't hit the
yeah, they were
here damn target. Yeah, that was funny.
They were like, like when the kid keep begging you and you just finally give in, like, here you go, bro. Like that's what them kind of targets. Those were not, and it irritated me when people were like, oh, well, maybe he lost. I'm like, no, AJ, did you see the week before against the Rams? Like AJ's fine physically. Them targets.
Yeah, he ain't lost his stuff. I'm not buying that crap at all.
Oh yeah, people were trying to, but again, it was like, where's the context? Like you saw what he did the week before.
Right across the middle. Right across the middle. Got down to the 30-yard line.
Oh, you're a little bit ahead of me. Yeah.
12 seconds left. Overtime.
We're going overtime.
Well, unless we block it.
unless we got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter up there.
Hey, but don't think for a second that San Francisco didn't look at that tape. That was good. That was a good play right there on Williams. That's a great see. I once again, how come we can't throw the ball across the middle? Drag Saquon across the middle. Put Bigsby. Do something.
But that's where I'm not gonna lie, Coach, and you said it. I think that falls a little bit on QB1 a little bit, or not that he can't do it. What I'm saying is when they're coming up with this stuff together, it's not just a Patullo thing. Everybody's kind of coming together to make this game plan, and I'm like, why don't we do some of these things? And we don't know if AJ's maybe suggested some of these things and it just ain't being heard. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't tell us. But that's the thing. I'm like, I look at these other teams and I'm like, I don't know why we can't do these things. I don't get it.
It's not. I still say the first play for the Philadelphia Eagles every game should be a slant from AJ.
Absolutely.
That should be like bread and butter. They should know it's coming. And we won't do it. We won't do it. So I think he's got to get we need to attack that short and middle. But we beating the dead horse the same way. I'm saying like we need to run the ball outside more with Saquon. Our tackle to tackle stuff just ain't. Landon Dickerson is hurt.
Yep.
And Cam Jurgens, he might be hurt too, but
Landon's been hurt.
It ain't working.
No, it ain't working at all. And Lane has been hurt. The offensive line hasn't played well. I mean, like I said, as a unit, it's been ugly. I mean, it's the reason that they're ranked 31st right now. It's been ugly as a whole. But I'm just like AJ. Everything he said, I think AJ been spot on, man.
I think he has too.
I don't think even
they killing the messenger.
Yeah, they killing the messenger instead of listening to the message. Because I think people are so caught up in the diva wide receiver stigma that they're not really looking at what that really mean or what that really look like. Because they hear a dude say a little something on Twitter. I'm like, do y'all watch across the league? Like, did you see what Jamar Chase did the other night? Like, that's what y'all really think AJ doing, and it's not even the same. But
they want to make it like that.
They want to make it like that, and
every show is talking about it. Now they talking about trade rumors and all that kind of stuff. It's
all that stuff. And I'm like,
ain't nobody. He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going. And I've even heard some people suggest like, oh well, they could send him to a team where he would just put up stats and lose. I'm like, I'm an Eagle guy. We all about the Eagles. I'm like, be careful what y'all ask for, man. Because Kansas City, they let Tyreek go and they did win Super Bowls, but they've been looking for a receiver every year since.
Yeah,
the offense ain't been the same since Tyreek left.
Yep.
So just be careful what you ask for. And I'm like, just understand what him and Smitty at the receiver position have meant to this team, because it was ugly for a long time before them two dudes got here.
Yeah, I think some of the, like when I watched the tape, some of the some of the responsibility has to be on Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely.
Jalen has to get better throwing the ball consistently.
That's
We have those flashes, and I was looking for the second half like the first half, and it was like I don't understand what they did. I don't understand what happened.
I think
The only thing I can think of is he was concussed, and maybe the Landon Dickerson, his situation got worse. Like I don't know, but something had to happen.
Because I damn near agree with everything you said because you be so on point. But the other thing you said about Jalen, and I'm with you 100%. I can't give him top 5 credit and not also give him top 5 blame at the same time. There's no way your number 1 guy should be struggling this much, or even number 2 or number 3 guy, and I don't look at you and give you some sort of responsibility. Like, if this was any other top 5 dude, I would look and be like, you got to find a way to make this better. And I think, like you said, him throwing consistently would be, it would help because, like, it's just no way, like, with these caliber of dudes, it should be this bad. Like I said, it ain't got to be 400 every week. It ain't got to be 300. Can I at least get 190? Can I get 200?
Tiger, he's not conservative because he got one of the best deep balls in the game. Yeah. So I don't think it's that. I just think it's
he has some things he got to work on.
We gotta. The Kevin Patullo part is we gotta get some different formations. They're gonna have to break down and put people in motion and do all that kind of stuff. And matter of fact, we bring that up as a like it's low hanging fruit, but I do believe that the Eagles have been using motion a lot more this year than in the past. So
yeah, I think so.
I just think that they just got to reconfigure some things, try different formations. Where you start and end after motion, you can change that up a little bit. So I don't think it's Jalen being too conservative. All of that mess I heard last week about, maybe it'll be okay if Jalen throws an interception now or then. And I'm like, no, the hell it ain't.
No,
it ain't never good for an interception at any time. That's the one good thing that's been keeping us in games, that we are not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
And just like it was 2 years ago, just was like it was last year. When Jalen throws the ball over 25 times a game, bad things tend to happen.
Right.
But he can never get out of that predicament unless he throws the ball 30 times a game.
Yeah. And that's where
you got to do one to for him to get better at it. So I don't know what I don't know what happy medium they're going to find, but based on what I've seen, it's really not. In my opinion, it's mostly Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm not. It's Jalen, but mostly it's the offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line ain't been good. Ain't been good at all. But I'm with you. I do think, and I get it because Jalen is our first franchise guy that's led us to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I understand people. We love Jalen. We know what he does. We kind of, I won't say coddling, but there's a protection over him because he is really scrutinized because he don't play the game a certain way. So I get it. But that don't mean that just because we critique him, we don't believe in him. We just like, listen, you might need to be a little bit better in these areas because it's going to make everything flow better.
Right. And he's 21-11 when he throws 30 times or more. I agree. But what were his how many turnovers did he have when he threw the ball 30 times or more?
Exactly.
That's what you're looking at.
That's what you're looking at.
Because he does, on average, his turnover rate is probably one of the best in the league for his time. And that's including the 1 year he threw 16?
Yeah, I think 2023, the year of the 10. But that's where I'm like, even too, because I'm like, I don't know if I could totally blame Sirianni for the conservative thing because he might be thinking, listen, I want to keep my job. This is what's winning us games at the end of the year. When how he looks at me, he ain't gonna look at what Jalen threw for. He gonna look at how many wins and losses did we have. And if this is gonna keep me here, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of the onus definitely got to fall on Jalen in his progression and getting better because Sirianni probably looking like, when I don't have Jalen throwing it for 30 times, he don't turn it over and we win it.
Well, I want to go back. Me and Tone talked about this the other day. Looking when Steichen was still here, when Shane Steichen was still here, what was his stats?
22 TD, 6 interceptions. 5 interceptions.
How many yards did he throw for though?
I think that year he was. Ooh, I know he missed
37.
3,700 somewhere up in there. He was in that range. He almost threw for 4. I don't know if he was close to 4,000 because I know he missed a few games at the end.
No, that was 23. He should have thrown for 4,000 yards.
Okay, so
In 2023, because I remember talking about this. We had 5 games left, and I added it up. He needed to average 225 yards a game. And I was like, he should be able to do that. He should definitely be able to do that. Thank you, Ant. He threw for 3,500.
in 22.
Yes.
Okay.
In 2023, the last 5 games, he needed to throw for 225 a game to get 4,000. And I was like, that should be easy work. And it wasn't.
It was not.
It wasn't. And I was like, what the but that was when the bottom fell out.
Yeah, it did.
So I was like, oh well, because to me, that then and only then is when people are going to start giving him his props. When he can throw the ball for over 4,000 yards.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I believe he can do it, but we got to commit to it.
Yeah.
We got to commit to it. But that comes at a steep price. That comes at a very steep price. And I don't know. I wouldn't be willing to pay it. So, and it kind of sounds like I'm talking on both sides of the fence, but I just want him to be I want him to continue to be efficient and also be able to get the ball, AJ 5 to 7 carries, at the very least, every game. Smitty should have 3 to 6 at least every game. Dallas Goedert should have 4 to 5 at least every game.
Right. But see,
and you're still gonna be able to get the ball to Saquon 15 times a game.
Absolutely. You should, and that's where I look at it, because what you said is true. And that's really, like you said, at least. So to me, that's bare minimum. Those guys should be getting them kind of touches. But if it's not conducive to Jalen doing it because they feel like the more he does that kind of stuff, he's gonna turn it over. That's where I gotta look at. I can't totally blame the coaching staff for doing what's best for the team. Right. I gotta look at Jalen getting better. Like, dog, we got these dudes, and this year we don't got 2,000 yards coming out of the backfield right now. The O-line is struggling. We might need a 4,000 type yard season right now because of just the way
we gotta shore up Landon Dickerson.
Yeah,
if Landon Dickerson needs to be yanked so he can get healthy or whatever,
please do
that. Do that now rather than later. Do that while we 4-0.
Yeah, please. Especially because these D lines we got coming up ain't no joke, coach. Denver, Giants, and we know Brian Flores is gonna blitz the heck out of everything.
Vita Vea was killing Landon Dickerson.
He was. Because Landon ain't right.
So whatever his issue is, but again, every time I find myself talking about stuff like this, I gotta remember and I gotta pump the brakes. I still believe in Jeff Stoutland and Stoutland University. So if Stoutland is telling me Landon Dickerson is the best guy for the job, all right, my hands is off. I got to trust Jeff Stoutland because we didn't trust him this far. So eventually we're going to come out of this funk or whatever you want to call it. Or maybe we going to play 2 halves of solid football.
Man.
Jalen, no turnovers, 250 plus, and everybody's moving the ball. Everybody's getting targets. And we keep that streak up in the red zone. That's what's most important.
Well, we're doing well there, defensively and offensively. The red zone's been real good. So that's the one thing we are doing. But shit, man, 250, coach, man, you more. Can I get 200? I don't even 250.
Oh, did he fumble the ball? Nope.
250 seemed like we get 250. We might score 50 that day.
But here's the problem with but even saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking like 225 and 250 is like an unreachable goal, and I'm like, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't
be, coach. But we just got to go off what we seeing. It seemed like it.
I agree. That's my frustration. It shouldn't be as little as we throw the ball. It still shouldn't be a problem to be able to get the ball to AJ and Devontae and let them do their thing. We can still be a run heavy team.
And that's what I've been saying. I've been preaching that is that
even if we, the lows that we have should never be that bad to where we can't even get to at least 200 passing yards or 220. Because even in the Super Bowl, he had 221 passing yards. But you see how much that difference made? Just 220
Yeah,
with these type of dudes.
because
If
it
we
looked like
got
it was a lot more than that in the
it
Super Bowl.
looked because what we have around it. You know what I'm saying? We don't need 400. We don't even need 300. I don't even know if we need 250. If we got to 220 this week, I think it would help Saquon, and I definitely think it will help the defense because they wouldn't have to be on the field so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did he miss it? Ooh, he squeaked it right through. He squeaked it right through. All right, they got 5 minutes to score. Look like it might be a tie.
Oh no, that's Matthew Stafford. They're gonna win this game.
What's up, Barbarian?
What's going on, Coach?
It's all good, man. What you got?
Man, I'm at this point with the offense where it's like just do it. Just open it up. Let the man be who we know who he is. Is either he gonna do it or he not? Because what you're doing right now is not looking good. And the only saving grace is that you're winning games. Like,
Pretty much.
and I know that's a big caveat that just like kind of try to step over, because you be like, what do we play the game for? To win it. You heard what Herm Edwards said. So it's like it's hard to be like, yeah, I know you winning, but yeah, but we winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. Like, it just comes off as you complaining, but at the same time, it's like, man, I have a hard time rocking with the crowd that's just like, oh, this is all Jalen's fault, because I've seen Jalen with competent play calling and competent like concepts and route concepts and things that make sense. I've seen the man cook when the ingredients are proper and the recipe makes sense. The problem
Well,
is the
go ahead and
problem
finish.
is in my the problem is in my opinion is there is a break in communication somewhere.
Mm-mm,
Somewhere some
mm-mm. It ain't no break in communication. Trust me. Because again, I'll say it again. They are in those meetings together. It is not a break in communication. It's a break in execution.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not on Jalen's fault, but Jalen is throwing some bad balls and missing open receivers. No,
I
it's
agree.
all on. No, it's not on all on AJ. But sometimes it may look like, and you know what? I'm not even gonna say he runs lazy routes. Jason Avant said that on television, and everybody's saying that and running with it. But I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So, to me, it's literally with
Matthew
AJ.
Stafford, man. Matthew Stafford.
Where did he go? Atwell.
Matthew Stafford is that quarterback, like just like no
Good.
matter who he
That's a good
played
ball.
for,
That
no
was a good
matter who
ball.
he played for, as long as you not facing him, you like him.
We took him down though. The last
Twice.
2 times.
Well, 3 times.
Last 3 times. Last
Actually,
four
last
times.
4
Yeah,
times.
let me finish my point.
Yeah.
They are in those meetings together. It is, in my opinion, it is an execution thing. It is not a communication thing. It's an execution thing. We've talked ad nauseum about the Kansas City play that we missed because the blocking was bad. Um, Jalen had the fumble because the blocking was bad. Um, Saquon can't go anywhere because the blocking is bad. Did we lose him? Yeah, I think he dropped out. So you have all of those situations because the execution is not there.
Yeah.
Jordan Mailata keeps saying we are one block away. They are, but consistently you are giving up that one block. It's not happening. So the execution is not going the way it should be, and everybody has that same story. Every team goes through that same stuff. You're one play away, you're one block away, you're one step away. That's the frustration you get as a team when you watching film. Like, hey, can you hold it? Matter of fact, I talked about doing that. I haven't gotten a chance to do it yet because I was supposed to go over Saquon's run plays. Oh, we got him back. We got you back.
Yeah, my bad. I had a phone call.
It's all good. You can, if you got a phone call or something, just hit the mute button.
Yeah, I don't know why I left the whole studio. That was
Gotcha. It's
retarded.
all good. Say running the ball with Saquon is not. They're a couple blocks away from Saquon busting a long one. So the offensive line is just not as efficient as it was last season. I'm looking at the get off.
Yeah.
Watch the line of scrimmage and watching running plays. If you just highlight the line of scrimmage, nothing else, and who's moving? Is the offensive line going forward, or is the defensive line going forward? Whoever is winning those battles usually is going to win the game.
I've seen what I've seen a lot this year that we didn't see last year. I've seen a lot of not necessarily the offensive line moving backwards, but being stood still, which is allowing the linebackers to shoot the gaps. They're not
Right,
getting the push and getting to the second level like they did last year.
right. And I understand. Like I know there was one play that the Bucks had where um, they called the right defense, and to me, it was a stereotypical film study play. Like they had the right defense call. We tried to run the ball. They shot the gap. They had a late twist with the DB, and he shot the gap because the tackle took the guard took our left guard to their right, and then somebody was lined up shaded on the other side of the center, took the center to the other side, so there was a gap right there. You had a late twist coming, and he ran right into the gap, right into Saquon Barkley. Saquon had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. That was the perfect play call. So that's an execution thing, and they won the chess battle. They won the chess match on that play. So then you think of, okay, if they're doing that, you got to have a play out. You got to have a play action off of that, or there's got to be some other element to the play. Maybe if you can get back to it. So, and the whole situation, like looking at yeah, absolutely. But heck, the problem with Calcaterra is he can't block very well. So
No.
that's the other situation.
Oh
One
wow.
play away, not holding your block for a half a second, like things like that. So
Yeah.
we got to get better at that, man. We just got to get better at that.
I sure hope they do, man. I hope they
I
do.
I just I don't understand the constant hitting
Oh,
our
hold
head
on,
against.
the game over.
Yeah, Rams went
Oh,
forward on
San
fourth and
Francisco
one. Got stopped.
stopped them.
Yep,
Wow.
stuffed Kyron Williams.
Wow.
That's a
That young
big.
man is
That's
having
a
a bad
that
day.
is a that is a big win for the 49ers. That's a big
Yeah. Man, poor Devontae Adams.
win.
He just can't win, man. He went to Oakland. He done went to all these other places trying to get on the squad and just couldn't. Oh God, they sure did stuff him. Man, whatever
Yeah, he
happened
had.
when the running back used to try to jump over the pile? They don't even do that no more.
Yeah, hey, they don't do that no more.
Wow,
Well,
they stuff him good.
Brian Westbrook had that down to a science, didn't he?
Man, they don't even. Wow,
I mean,
good job.
like I
Good
ain't gonna
defense
lie.
by
I ain't
Sam.
gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you what that play was doing. That I understand Puka and Whittington is good blockers, but running the fourth and one directly behind them with D Winters and Fred Warner at the point of attack. I don't like that design right
Man, listen,
there.
Robert Sala is a great defensive coach.
Yes,
He is a great defensive coach. They shouldn't have fired him in New York. He got
Ask him.
fired.
and
He got fired because of damn Aaron Rodgers.
he's a great defense coach, and apparently Liam Cohen's worst nightmare.
And Aaron Rodgers was an asshole,
Sure
and
was.
he got Robert Sala fired because that defense in New York was dominant. They just didn't have an offense.
Yeah, they didn't. I ain't like
So
that play call. I ain't gonna lie, man. You got to do
yeah,
what you do best. You got to throw that ball to Puka, man. I don't care if it's 4th and 1. You got to throw
yeah,
it.
that's your best.
I
That's your
thought I
best
thought it
player
was gonna be a
today.
play when they brought him in motion. I just knew it was a play action. That just
Yeah,
seemed like that just seemed like the Sean McVay thing to do.
sure do. It sure
Yeah,
do. Sometimes you
you
got to
know
think.
what? He did a hardball on that one.
Sure did.
Did
You get a hardball.
definitely
It's
did.
like when you coming up with something like this, like hardball, like why they try to do what they do. Like sometimes I'm like Lamar Jackson. You keep the ball every play in the fourth quarter. Don't give it to nobody. You do
Yeah.
everything. That's how I feel with Lamar because every time he try to throw the ball, even when he hit the open man, they drop it or something happened. It's like Lord have mercy.
Derrick Henry out here fumbling 3 games in a row.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, when the chips on the table, you got to go to your bread and butter. I don't care what distance it is. I don't care what down it is. You got to go to your dude. Whatever you do best.
Run that play.
What they say, Joe's over at X's and O's.
Yeah,
Look for your guys over your plays.
Man, I tell people all the time when I was at my peak, when I was in college, like, dude, I averaged 6.5 yards a carry in college.
Damn, coach, you was toting the rock, man.
Toting the rock, bro. My records at Eastern Kentucky still stand to this day. But I'm not. They knew when I was getting the ball. They knew 40 was getting the ball. They knew where I was going, and they still couldn't stop me. Yeah. We don't have. Well, we got plays like that, but we don't. Our play is the slant to AJ. If they know it's coming, they still shouldn't be able to stop it because we should be that good at it. We should have a
here's an idea. How about we run it from different spots on the field? You know that slot fade they love to Smitty so much. You know AJ would look real good running that route.
Man,
I don't even think they use AJ as a good decoy sometimes.
No, they don't. They just I saw a stat today that said in the first 4 games, AJ's ran 36 streak routes and it's been targeted like 3 times. Yeah. So sometimes he's literally
my man is running the Quez Watkins specials out here.
Yeah, and also like back to Jalen, we ran the one play where it should have been a back shoulder throw to AJ.
Yeah.
Right. Jalen ends up throwing it out of bounds. But Dallas Goedert was wide open.
That play made me so mad with Jalen.
He was
that
wide
play
open.
Made me so. That's when I knew right at that moment. I said this is gonna be a bad half because he's trying to force feed AJ.
He was
because in the first half he takes that throw. He takes that throw in the first half.
I don't even mind trying to force feed AJ, but AJ got to be open.
Or you at least got to throw the right pass.
Yeah, because the one pass he threw, AJ ran the curl. He was at X on the left side. He ran the curl. The same play he ran with the Rams where he caught the ball, broke the tackle, and made it like a 20-yard gain. It was the same exact play, except this time they ran it twice. The first time, Jalen threw the ball right before he came out of his break. So he threw the ball with anticipation, but he threw it to the inside. The DB broke on the ball, and it was a pass breakup. If Jalen throws that ball to his outside, I think AJ catches that. But what I'm going to say is, my guess is they probably practiced it like that. Mm-hmm. The second time, it was just a great play by the DB. Same play, it was a great play by the DB.
I'm gonna tell you what I saw in the all 22. I don't know if you saw this, Coach, but what I saw in all 22 was something beautiful. This is why I like Todd Bowles. He looked like Seal in the face, but I like Todd Bowles because what they were doing was they were giving a look like they were playing man to man, knowing that in that situation, AJ's running a curl.
Right.
Like they were playing press, like they would look like they were playing off man to man. And at the snap, they take 2 steps in and they were playing cloud 2, but with an inside technique. Literally taking away the curl.
That's the chess match.
Yeah.
That's what the defense is trying to do. That's why, especially when you're talking about Tampa Bay, what do they always do? Todd Bowles brings everybody up to the line. He might have 3 or 4 extra people in the line. It might look like they got 8 men in the box or whatever. And then at the snap, everybody bails. So now the quarterback is trying to figure out where's the open zone, where's the hole in the zone, because now you got the Mike Backer going back in Tampa, and he 10 yards deep. So now gotta, it's not where you start, it's where you end. That's the chess match. So
I ain't gonna lie, that first half, because I've been one of the people that's been on record on multiple platforms saying Todd Bowles has been Jalen Hurts' kryptonite. And
Yeah,
watching their first half, watching the way he was beating that blitz, I'm talking about. I damn near had a tear in my eye. I'm like, oh, Todd Bowles, he on your ass now. And then the second half started.
second half we just
But but
I don't know
the
what
thing that I
happened.
love that y'all just broke down that a lot of people ain't, and for whatever reasons, like when you break down how they're taking away those curl routes from AJ, and they're saying like he's just getting frustrated and he's running lazy routes. It's like, no, the routes that he's running, these are defenses designed to not let him get those routes going.
Correct.
Like, and it's not him being lazy or him not doing, no, the route tree that he's given, and you say it all the time, coach, these defenses get paid too. These coaches get
Yeah,
paid too. They're not
absolutely.
letting you, they just watched you destroy the Rams last week in one half on that same route. This guy is not going to let you do that.
So
So
so do you
that
know
ain't
what
lazy
the
route.
If AJ is alone away from the trips, he's running a curl or a streak. If he's on a multi-receiver side, he's running a slant or dig. If I know that watching the game on a fucking iPad at my house, people who get paid millions of dollars to defend these things know that too.
so you know what they're gonna do now, right? So if anybody that plays the Eagles, my game plan would be find a way to double AJ Brown every
Oh,
time.
yeah.
If Devontae beat you, he beat you. If Dallas beat you, he beat you. If Saquon beat you, he beat you. Because now I'm trying to frustrate AJ Brown because I know that's going to cause something else. It's going to cause a domino effect of bad shit if now
I'm
AJ is
I'm t-
frustrated.
I am literally taking a complete page out of what Todd Bowles did. I'm showing off press man, off man, and at the snap, I'm taking two steps in and I'm running a curl flat right up underneath him from an inside technique with a safety over the top. Because until Coven Patullo showed me differently, he running a curl, a slant, or a streak.
But guess
All of
what?
those are
Guess what
all of
Todd
those are
Bowles
covered
got?
in that.
Guess where Bowles got it from? He watched the Cowboys game.
Yeah, I
Because
was
that's
just about to
exactly
say,
what the
it,
Cowboys did. That's
That's
I don't even
exactly
think,
what the
exactly.
Cowboys did.
I
The
don't
only
even
That's
think,
difference, the only
that's how
difference
you
with the
watch.
Cowboys,
That's how you watch film.
the only
You watch
difference
the
I saw,
last. You watch the last two games of your opponent, and you mark the successes and the failures. And the Cowboy or Todd Bowles, they watch the Cowboys game and say, okay, what did the Cowboys do successful? This is how they shut down AJ Brown. Everybody's going to do the same thing until we show that we can beat it.
yeah,
We're going to see
I'll
the
tell you what,
same thing every time. They didn't
I'll tell
because
you,
they don't have to worry about Saquon anymore.
I'll,
not yet.
I'll tell you what I saw. The difference, the two differences I saw between the Bucks and the Cowboys. Coach, tell me if you saw this too. With the Cowboys game, with them not being as blitz heavy, instead of them doing the corner stepping in, he still played the outside to leverage, but they ran a linebacker underneath or a safety underneath every single time. The
Yeah,
difference with Todd Bowles, instead of running the linebacker underneath, he was showing simulated pressure, which is why the corner was stepping inside himself.
right.
That was the difference I saw.
And most of the time, if they played AJ off, right, they're in a two deep zone or what looked like a two deep or a cover two. They still going over there. That's the safety on AJ's side is always helping,
No matter what he shows, no matter
no
what
matter
he
what he
shows.
shows. And what that tells me is that means that safety, if he's going to come over and help on AJ Brown, that means if you put somebody else over there, that means the safety got to make a decision.
And he's gonna make the decision of AJ Brown, which is how
That's
we got Dallas Goddard on a 33-yard seam touchdown against the
exactly.
Rams.
And but that's when you shift the momentum to you. That's when you get those matchups. If they gonna double AJ Brown, look at what happened with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs did exactly what they said they were gonna do. And I remember me and Tone talked about this at length. And I was like, they can go ahead and put 8 men in the box if they want to, and they're gonna leave AJ and Devontae on an island. And
Saw
both
that.
of them burned them. And Jahan Dotson should have had a touchdown if Jalen throws the ball a yard in front of him. So they gambled and they lost. But now, because of the way our offensive line is looking, they can take those gambles because they're not worried about getting burned in the run game. At least not yet, anyways. And we still
Not
got
yet.
a lot of football to play. We only going into week 5. So
They
we got
gotta
a lot of
get
football to play. So it's still, we still pulling on the lawnmower. It's taking a
they
couple
get,
pulls to get this bad boy started. But eventually it's gonna get started.
You think so, Coach?
I absolutely think so. And because I'm looking at it like now from the situation of the offense can't get much worse. It can only get better. The only way this offense can get worse is if they just try to put the ball up 30 times a game and Jalen starts turning the ball over.
I was going to say the only way it get worse is if they start turning it over.
Yeah.
I mean, they 31st,
Because
so yeah, I guess you can't
let's
get worse
just
that much.
let's just look at it like this, right? The offensive line, they're not playing up to par because, in my opinion, I think Landon Dickerson is hurt, and
I
Cam
think
Jurgens might be hurt too.
And I think the way to combat that is, I think you got to start, if you know your guard for sure is hurt, and there might be a lingering problem with your center. Get your tackles on the move and start moving outside the tackles. Get
Well,
Jordan Milano
but
on the
this,
move.
this is again, this is where I say I gotta put all my faith in Stoutland and the offense because they study more film than I am. So if they think that Landon Dickerson at 70% is better than the backup, then we better be going with Landon Dickerson.
And that's fair.
I'm
That's
saying
fair.
it from that. So when
I just think from
I say it can only get better, that means eventually Landon Dickerson is going to get healed up. They're going to start playing better. The offensive line has to get better, right, as the year goes on. The run game has to open up as the year goes on. It's eventually going to break. So
What about the pass game?
The offense can only go up.
I think both can be fixed. Well, I ain't gonna say fixed because it's gonna take a little time. We ain't gonna come out against Broncos, especially with that defense, and look like the 89 49ers. It's not gonna happen.
I haven't watched Broncos defense yet. I haven't watched tape on it. I've seen them play, but I haven't watched tape on the Broncos yet. Because
I will say they've had a couple of questionable games. Daniel Jones lit them up, and Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert lit him up too, but they like you said, Daniel Jones is having himself a career year,
He might be
and
the
Justin
MVP.
Herbert is, and Justin Herbert both of them are MVP candidates. If we being fair, which I never thought I'd say that about Daniel Jones, but here we are.
We're in the multiverse. They call Daniel Jones Indiana Jones now.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he went from Danny Dimes to Indiana Jones.
That is
hilarious. Man.
It's
a respectable name because he must have known this was his last crusade.
Well, no, because remember, and everybody was saying it. They paid Saquon all that money. They paid Daniel Jones all that money, but they never bothered to pay any of their offensive line. Their offensive line was always the problem in New York.
It still is.
Always the problem. So now he gets behind a much better offensive line, and you see what you can do. Plus, Shane Steichen is a better quarterback than Brian Daboll, or a better.
I'm gonna tell you. All right. So look, I'm gonna say something funny, and y'all gonna laugh when I say this. Right? I was loving Daniel Jones to Indianapolis, but it was for a selfish reason. My homie, I don't know if he watching the stream. I shared it to him. I don't know if he watching, but he gonna laugh when I tell y'all this story. I was loving Daniel Jones winning the job because I knew he was gonna play well week 1, and then I just knew he was gonna start what I was calling the get Shane Steichen back to Philly tour because I just knew he was gonna get Shane Steichen fired, and we was going, and as soon as he got fired, Nick was gonna text him with that "Hey big head" text.
Yeah,
no, I wish it was that simple.
And 4 weeks later, this motherfucker is an MVP candidate. Shane Steichen, you are too good at your job.
Yeah, boy. I wish
Anthony Richardson got to be sick, man. Like, how do you give up the ghost like that, bro?
Hey, man, he ever heard of Logan Thomas? That might be in his future.
Oof. When he tapped himself out, I was like, "You're done."
My homie said that same thing. He said it really went down for him the day the play he tapped himself out. That's when it was over for him.
He lost all equity in that locker room. All of it.
Oh, sure did.
In that one play. Everybody giving him a side eye from now on. Everybody.
First of all,
Don't ever talk to the press about being resilient. Don't ever talk about coming back. You can't talk none of that stuff because you took yourself out of the game as a quarterback.
you gotta, man, look at you, and that's the difference between those guys, though. You gotta drag Pat Mahomes off the field. You gotta
Right.
drag Jalen Hurts off the field. You gotta drag Josh Allen off the field. You tapped out, brother.
Sure did.
I ain't never seen that before.
And what y'all think better chance of happening Sunday? We get 250 passing or Saquon go for 120?
Saquon going for 120.
Not against that defense.
I
So
think
what
so.
you think is more
And
like?
I'm gonna tell you why I think so. Because if and I know when I say what I'm about to say, I know what I'm saying out loud. It would involve us having a play caller that who up until this point has shown below average competency at best. I'm gonna be nice with what I'm gonna say. But if you watch the Broncos defense, and this is what comes in with me, this is why another reason why I say get the tackles on the move. They get off the ball very fast. They don't play the run on the edges. Hello.
We're not gonna do that anyway.
We don't run the ball outside, so what difference?
I mean,
and that's why I say I know what I'm about to say. I know what I'm about to say. But that would involve us having a coach that watched the tape and is gonna and look, we don't have that right now. We just don't. So we might go for 250 instead of Saquon going for 120. But if you understand the amount of traps we could run against these guys and make Riley Moss have to tackle Saquon Barkley one-on-one? I am betting on Quadzilla every day, all day, twice on Sundays.
hey, I'm with Coach 100% on this one. Until that offense show me that they could take advantage of any mismatch, we getting 67 rushing yards on Sunday, and we're going to take it. That's where I'm at. I'm not believing, because everything you broke down is 100% facts, but until I see them actually take advantage of something on offense, I'm not buying no mismatch we got out there.
That's fair.
Nowhere.
That's fair.
We
make every defense look good. That Cowboy defense had their best game against us, and have you seen them since? 40, 35, 40, yep. And we made them look like they was top 5. So we'll win 14-10 because we got a special teams touchdown and maybe a pick 6. Until then, I'm not believing in nothing we do on offense until I see it.
Well, we do get that one good drive. We always get one good drive. One good. Yeah. we always get one good drive.
One and a half.
Okay.
In the second half, it just so happened it came off a fumble.
Yeah.
But we always, like against the Rams, we had to pick and it turned into a touchdown. We always get that one good drive. We always got that one good one. But we're like, okay, maybe we're working with something. And then they proceed to go 3 and out 4 times in a row. And then the next drive they'll get 1 first down and punt it. You know how this goes, man. You know what we're doing.
Well, we should have our defensive line is playing much better. Zadarius Smith is playing well. Jalen Hunt is playing well. Ajomo is playing well. Everybody who's filling in spots, we already know what Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are doing. Although now Jalen Carter is hurt, we've been doing a very good job getting pressure when we need to. Not too many blitzes, but we blitzing effectively. We're creating some panic. We're creating some damage, getting the quarterbacks off their spot. And I don't think I think that's only going to get better as the year goes on. So I think I don't know who said this, but I think it may have been AJ. He was like, we gotta match what the defense is doing.
Sure,
he's 100% correct. They have to, because if they get that momentum going and your offense and your defense are complementing each other, we're gonna be hard to beat. On top of the special teams is playing lights out right now.
Let me say something about the special teams. That block punt touchdown saved the special teams. They gave up a 60-yard punt return and another 30-yard punt return.
Yeah,
they sure did.
Yeah, they did. So the other team get paid too.
Like I've been seeing, and they gave up like 2 35-yard kick returns against the Rams. I've been seeing a lot of, and we not even, while we talking about special teams, we gonna just ignore what happened with the kickoff returns against the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
we like, I'm gonna be fair. Yeah, they got 2 touchdowns and 3 block kicks in the last 2 games. But people need to stop talking about the special teams been lights out, because it hasn't. The only thing been lights out about special teams is the kicking game itself. Because Braden Mann is a machine, and Jake done got his swagger back.
Yeah, because I'm from the bow. I was wondering if you could send me the WIP thing that you had got recorded. If you could shoot that to me when you get the chance to.
Let me see. I should give me your email. I'll share it with you.
Okay. Do you want me to put it in the chat, or
do you got me on Twitter?
Nah, I can't follow you right now though.
Yeah.
Is it Pro Fan Talk the same way?
Nah. Hit me on this one. I used to have it on here. Hold on.
They ain't let me get in my bag the way I wanted to, but it's all good.
What did y'all think about Ringo?
He was okay.
I thought he was.
I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought Keely was really good in coverage, but I thought his tackling was bad.
Chris, that's it on the bottom. Coach _ Markus 06.
Because even on the reps weight, because shockingly, I don't know if this was like Baker got a lot of bravado, and I think this was Baker's bravado getting the best of him, because he kept going after Q.
Yeah.
Instead of attacking stiff hips on the other side, which I didn't understand.
Yeah,
now we playing against Sean Payton this week. Sean Payton ain't gonna he's not getting an easy day on Sunday. Sean Payton's going after him.
That's the only way you're gonna test him. So bring it. I'd rather know in week 5 than in week 10, 11, or 12 or something like that. So,
God forbid January.
Yeah. So let's find out now, because I thought he played decently enough. I would have gave him like a CC plus.
I gave him a B- because I again, watching all 22, he looked good in coverage. He didn't get attacked much, but he was on plays where we saw Adoree clearly get beat. I didn't see that from Ringo. I just didn't. Right. And he had a lot of reps against Sterling Shepard and Chris Godwin. Now you say what you want about Sterling Shepard, he's still a damn good route runner. Like Absolutely. He really is. So Absolutely. He's actually one of the better route runners in the league. He don't have the same name he used to. And Ringo was in his hip pocket a lot from what I've seen. So I actually like this coverage. Obviously, he got to do something about that tackling. Cause Bucky little boy. Bucky pushed him in the chest.
That's a technique thing. He gotta
and that
stop bumping his head.
Vic made a good point. He said he got to learn there's a difference between tackling on special teams and tackling on defense. That was a very good point. That is why Vic is the godfather. Speaking of Vic, do you think we could see a package possibly with Nakobe coming back, where we have Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Zadarius Smith, Nakobe Dean, Jahad Campbell, and Zach Bond up front as our 6 up front?
Yes.
Dude, I would love to see the type of blitzes he could run with that package.
I know Nakobe Dean is not the biggest guy in the world, but Nakobe is a very good run stopper.
I think our run defense will get better with Nakobe in the lineup, because I think that's the one. I think Jahad has been good, but he has struggled a little bit against the run. He gets pushed out the way a little bit. Now if he shoots the gap and he's clean, he makes the play.
Right.
But
He'll get there. He's been playing,
and
he's a rookie of the year candidate for sure.
Definitely. He's done made some plays. And Zach Bond is just as steady. Like, Zach Bond is so good. He's such a good. The Saints never thought about, maybe we should put this guy next to Demario Davis and see what happens.
He got lost in the sauce, man. That's the thing that happens. That's the nature of the league, man. He got lost in the sauce. He had 2 guys ahead of him that were not bad. And they were under contract for more money. So you got to pay the money that you're paying. You got to play him. So he got lost playing behind those 2 dudes, made his mark on special teams. But I remember watching film on him. Every time he was on the field, it was like he made something happen. And lo and behold, now he's in Philly.
Because I credit Vic. This is why I trust Vic with everything. That's why when there all this conversation about, oh, we may need a corner, we may need a corner, and Vic never seemed to be panicking. I'ma trust Vic because when we signed Zach Bond, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we signed Zach Bond, I just started seeing flashes of that jersey 47 chasing. Every time a big play happened, he's chasing it because he gave it up. And Nate Gary was popping into my mind in a very dangerous way when we signed Zach Bond. I am glad that I was wrong because that scared the hell out of me when Howie did. I said, Howie, man, come on,
Gotta
man, you
trust.
can't.
You gotta trust the Wizard of Philadelphia, bro.
And you know what? I'm glad I did because Howie, since he missed on Justin Jefferson, Howie has been a
Yeah,
menace. He has
yeah.
been a menace. I
Howie,
was look
Howie, Howie batting about 760 right now.
like this, like his even all right. So even that draft, you got your franchise quarterback in that draft.
Yeah.
2020, 2021, you got Smitty, you got Milton Williams, who just signed 100 $400 million. He wasn't getting that money here, but that's how good he was. And you got Landon Dickerson. 2022, you got Jordan Davis, you got N'Kobe Dean, and you traded for AJ Brown.
Yep.
And that's the Cam Jurgens draft too, right? 2022. So you got your
Yes.
starting center then too.
I
20,
do not doubt Howie whatsoever. I do not.
2023, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and who was the second round in that draft?
Nolan Smith draft.
In the 2023, we got no Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, and who was in the second round?
Uh, was it Makuba?
Nah, Cooper was this year.
Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. Was that the Ringo deal?
Ringo was in the fourth round of that draft.
I can't remember. I'd have to look it up.
Now I'm curious. It's gonna bug me until I figure it out.
That was the Georgia draft, right?
Yeah, that was the Georgia. That was the Georgia draft. They got Keeley in round 4, and they traded for DeAndre Swift.
Ah, another back that they wasted, but that's another conversation. All right, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. We had a good conversation. We've been rocking and rolling for almost an hour and 40 minutes.
Definitely. Tyler
So
Steen.
definitely good
That was
conversation, man.
that was Tyler Steen, Sidney Brown, Morrow, Jomo, Tanner McKee. That was
Gotcha.
that draft.
Gotcha.
Jesus Christ, Howie.
Tell you, his batting average is pretty damn good. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking maybe on Friday night, I might end up just watching some film. I might stream that. It depends.
Nope. Okay.
We'll see. Because I got to watch film of Denver. I still want to do the stuff with Saquon because Saquon missed some good holes, man. He missed some good ones. But I'll figure it out. It'll be on my social medias and stuff like that. Chris, if you still listening, I'm gonna upload that clip and give you access to it. I upload it to my G Drive and just make sure you have access to get to it so you can download it on your system. So, but yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man.
All right,
Guys,
Coach.
I appreciate the conversation, man.
No problem. We're talking to you.
We're trying to grow. Good talking to you, bro.
Yep.
So yeah, we gonna keep it moving. Good conversations tonight. I think the whole thing with AJ is gonna die down. All he needs is a good game, and it's not for his doing. And then everybody's gonna be watching. It'll be interesting to see what the viewership numbers are in the Cleveland game because everybody's gonna be looking at Dillon Gabriel. I think Dillon Gabriel's gonna have a good game. So I think he's gonna have a good game, and everybody that wants Shedeur to start, and I'm one of them, he's gonna have to sit down and wait his turn. It's that simple. So, but good show tonight. I'm not even concerned about the WNBA finals now. I saw that Unrivaled is coming to Philadelphia. I looked up the tickets. All the tickets are gone now. They talking about like $1,500 a ticket. I'm like, come on now, y'all gotta stop playing. So, but all right, I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate the conversation. Pretty appreciate everybody joining me. Key Shorty, Tiffany, as usual. Thank Bird, Eric R. Everybody. Tiger 215. Appreciate everybody jumping on the chat. And I will see y'all next time. Tomorrow I might do some things, watch some film. It'll be late again, but we'll see. And y'all have a good night. This was a good conversation, man. Have a good night, and I will holler at you tomorrow. Go Birds.